I'm a 55-year-old physician with $2.5 million. Can I retire now, or should I wait? That was the question Jessica asked me, and it's one I hear from physicians who've done the hard work clinically, saved diligently, and still aren't sure if they can dare to dream about slowing down. They're not just asking, is what I have enough? They're asking, can I stop sacrificing so much and start thinking about what my life could be outside of medicine? In this video, I'll walk you through Jessica's story, how she challenged the belief that she needed $5 million to retire and found a way to step back without stepping away entirely. I'm Lauren Oshman, partner and CEO of Vestia Personal Wealth Advisors and the daughter of an interventional cardiologist. I saw firsthand growing up how deeply physicians care and how easily they delay their joy for someday. Let's look at what happened when Jessica asked, what if I don't have to wait 5 more years? Jessica came to us burned out. She loved medicine, but the last few years had taken their toll. The pressure, the lack of appreciation, and the toll on her time with her family had her wondering if it was time to stop. She'd saved $2.5 million, more than most people, and still felt unsure. A colleague, who she looked to as being financially savvy, told her she'd need at least $4 to $5 million before even thinking about retirement. So she put herself on what she called a spending diet, living on less, testing what that might feel like. And she found she could manage, comfortably actually, on $10,000 a month. But the fear lingered. If I step away and the market crashes, or I live longer than I thought, what then? What she didn't realize is she was thinking about retirement as an all or nothing decision. And that belief was costing her years of peace and possibility. We used something called Monte Carlo analysis to run 1,000 different simulations based on her portfolio, potential market activity, spending needs, and expected longevity. Her current plan, retiring fully at 55 and withdrawing that $10,000 per month to spend, had about a 50% success rate, 1 in 2. And that's not the most comfortable place to be. But we challenged her to ask a different question. What if you just earned enough to cover your lifestyle for 5 more years, so we could let the investments grow a little bit longer? Suddenly, as we modeled that, her probability of success, which I like to think of as the chance that we'll live through retirement without having to make any adjustments, jumped to 76%, well within our desired range of confidence. And she wouldn't have to rely on Social Security either, which she'd been reticent to count on in her planning just in case it isn't there for her. We looked at different levers, $1.3 million in her hospital retirement plan split between Roth and pre-tax, $1.2 million in a taxable brokerage account, a small Roth IRA, and we also modeled future healthcare costs, inflation, tax brackets, and different withdrawal strategies. We reminded her, the chance of retirement failure isn't a cliff. It's a series of red flags. Just like in medicine, you don't go from healthy to disaster overnight. You're not going to run out of money one day because you monitor, adjust, and intervene as needed. If you're watching this thinking, that sounds like me, stick around. At the end, I'll show you the same tool Jessica used to make her decision and how you can use it too. With the numbers clear, Jessica saw a path. She didn't need to retire. She needed medicine as she was working it to be optional. She explored doing locum tenens work. A friend of hers does that. It's shorter term, more flexible, and potentially a lower emotional burden. And medical legal consulting, which she was already doing on a small scale, which uses her medical expertise in a different way. Either option would allow her to earn enough to cover that goal of $10,000 per month of spending plus the cost of health insurance. Meanwhile, her investments, that $2.5 million, could continue growing untouched for another 5 years, and she'd reassess full retirement at 60. She saw finally that retirement is not a switch you flip. It's a dimmer, and she was ready to turn back that dial. Jessica gave herself permission to stop chasing a number and start thinking about living a life. Her words, I always thought I had to be done to feel free. But now I get to choose on my terms how I work. I just have to net $120,000, which feels very doable while holding all the boundaries I want in my life. She's traveling more, She's spending time with her nieces, nephews, and her 3 dogs, and she's confident because she's in control. Her story is proof that many physicians don't need more money, they need to get clear about how that money can work for them. What changed everything for Jessica wasn't just the modeling, it was seeing that she could take control of her time starting now. She didn't have to choose between her well-being and her purpose. She could do both. And her story isn't rare. If you've ever wondered whether you're closer to freedom than maybe you think, we've created something for you. It's a short video that shows how physicians like you can stop guessing and start making clear, confident decisions. Just click to watch. You don't have to wonder, you can know. And what you discover there might help you take that first step you've been afraid to take. You've spent your life serving others through medicine, and the next chapter for you should feel like freedom, not couched in fear. But that only happens when every piece of your financial life is connected. So take 5 minutes to watch the next video. It might be the clarity you've been waiting for. Inside, we'll walk you through the same framework we used with Jessica so you can move forward with the same level of confidence. You've earned rest. Now let's let your money take care of you so you can enjoy it.